Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1998 Arizona Diamondbacks Revisionist history. Today's matchup is between the Seattle Mariners and the Arizona Diamondbacks at Bank One Ballpark. On the mound for the Mariners today is Freddy Garcia, whose record is 4-2 with a 6.10 ERA. And making his team debut for the Diamondbacks today is Andy Pettitte. Okay, we are in a big slump right now. I'm so frustrated with our offense. I have no idea what to do but to run out the same guys every day and hope that one of these days something clicks. And maybe today's that day. The good news is we have Andy Pettitte making his first start. We traded for him about 2 weeks ago. He was already injured for the Yankees before he came over here. And so we had to wait for him to heal up. And now he'll get his first start today. And we have high hopes. He has the highest rating of any starter on our team, higher even than Andy IBANEZ. We know IBANEZ has been really good for us. So ratings tend to not mean anything in Baseball Mogul. I'm hoping that in this case, there is some sort of correlation between the ratings of IBANEZ and Pettitte. Maybe we get a good start today and the offense shows up. Now today is kind of an exciting day because we do have the amateur draft taking place right after the end of the ball game today. So stick around for that. It automatically, as soon as we exit out of gameplay mode, it begins the draft immediately. So what I want to do here, just for one quick second, is to show you the players available. If you haven't watched any of our previous videos where we've showed the players in the amateur draft, here it is. Take a look. We're not going to go through everybody, but you'll see that Pujols, Teixeira, CC, Mark Pryor, Matt Holliday, CJ Wilson, pretty solid pitcher. There's Dan Herron, Nelson Cruz, Brett Myers had a decent career as a starter and reliever. The Flying Hawaiian. There's Josh Beckett and Hank Blaylock. So we have the 29th pick today. And the way that the AI works in the draft is that it doesn't always just pick the best player available for the computer-controlled teams. It'll just pick based on necessity. And so there is a chance that one of these better players will get to the 29th pick. Not totally likely, but it's a possibility. If you want to take a longer look at the list, you can pause it and take a look there, or go back before you continue with this game and look at the end of the month of May video where we went more in depth on the players available in the draft. We looked at every single player. Okay, I guess we get started here. Interleague play at home, and then we do have 9 games in a row of interleague play on the road where we can add a DH. I don't know if that'll help us or hurt us, but what it does mean for the Mariners today is Edgar Martinez will not be in the lineup. He is their everyday DH. So that might give us a little bit of an advantage. Okay, Andy Pettitte on the mound. They see his numbers from the Yankees. Omar Dahl pitched 2 innings of relief work. Did not give up a run. But he is unavailable today. So Hammond and Neal will be the only 2 guys. Looking at our lineup, it's all the regular players today. Jay Bell was listed as tired, which is fine. He's in a huge slump. Big offer he's got going on right now. I think he's 0 for 21. So Batista will go to short, and Spivey will be at second base. Everybody else is the regular guys. Okay, let's take a look at the lineup rundown for the Seattle Mariners. Batting leadoff in center field is Mitch Simons. Batting second at first base is Dave McCarty. Batting third at shortstop is A-Rod. Batting cleanup in right field is Jay BUHNER. Batting fifth in left field is Raul IBANEZ. Batting sixth at third base is Russ Davis. Batting seventh at second base is Tilson BRITO. Batting eighth and catching is Dan Wilson, and batting ninth is the pitcher Freddy Garcia. Okay, Andy Pettitte, first look at Pettitte, obviously making his first start. We'll focus on his Yankees stats. He went 5 starts, 0-3, with a 6.07 ERA, 24 strikeouts in 29 2/3 innings, and opponents were batting .322 against him. But if you look at the previous year, the year in which this build was built off of, he was 18-7, and he had a 21-win season in '96, and he was one of the top Rookie of the Year candidates in '95. So, I just don't know why this year it got off to such a tough start. He has a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He is a fly ball pitcher. The game seems to think he needs 6 pitches. He really only needs 3. The slider and the cutter are both above league average. Overall rated an 83, the 25-year-old lefty is making big money for the rest of the year. He'll go to arbitration, and we'll see if we can't work out a deal with him. Taking a look at his log prior to his injury, his last start was back in April. So he missed all of May and the first week of June. So that was actually 5 weeks. Took a loss, giving up 10 hits to the Anaheim Angels, who are a first-place team in the Mariners division. Okay. We'll take a look at our defense for today. There you have it. All the regular guys in the outfield. Moving Batista to short defensively is an upgrade, and technically that means an upgrade at second base with Spivey. This is only the second start for Batista at short, and he made an error in that first start. Behind home plate is Pudge. All right, here we go. Someone named Mitch Simons leading it off against the left-hander, Andy Pettitte. 0-1. Hard hit ground ball to DURAZO. There's one down. Here's the first baseman, Dave McCarty, with a 1-2 count, and Pettitte strikes him out. 2 quick outs for Pettitte. That's going to bring up A-Rod. He is the hottest hitter on the team right now, batting .333 in the last 20 games with 2 home runs. Ground ball to third, and that will do it. 1-2-3 inning. That's what we need. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at our lineup for today. Batting leadoff in right field is Bobby Higginson. Batting second at first base is Erubiel DURAZO. Batting third and catching is Ivan Rodriguez. Batting cleanup at third base is Matt Williams. Batting fifth in center field is Rob Ryan. Batting sixth in left field is Bernard Gilkey. Batting seventh at shortstop is Tony Batista. Batting eighth at second base is Junior Spivey. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Andy Pettitte. Okay, Freddy Garcia, he is a rookie. He was an actual rookie in 1998. He's a rookie in the ballgame, making his 11th start, 4-2, with a 6.10 ERA, 46 strikeouts in 59 innings pitched, and opponents are betting .288 against him. He does have a complete game. Fastball tops out at 97 miles an hour, ground ball percentage at 46%. Another pitcher with 6 useless pitches. The only one that's any good is the slider, rated an 87, and the sinker's right below league average. Overall, he is at league average with an 80. He's only 21 years old. The right-hander is arbitration eligible after the 2000 season. Looking at his log, back-to-back wins over Anaheim, both times, holding them to 2 runs in 14 innings of work. That's amazing. He did give up 12 runs to Toronto in 2 2/3 innings. That is an ERA killer right there. He went from 5.86 to 8.90, and he's been working his way down. Of course, you come back from a 12-run performance with a 1-run performance back to a 7-run and then 1. So this is just a game evening him out. It's very possible he could have another 1-run or shutout performance today to get that 6.10 ERA down. We would not be surprised, would we? Taking a look at the defense, because we have a lefty on the mound, they're going with a different lineup, I would assume. So center field with a 61 with Simons, that is well below league average. And IBANEZ in left field, we know that he's always been a defensive liability. Infield is solid. First base with McCarty. below league average. Behind home plate is Dan Wilson. He's a good defensive catcher. 82 rating, not for an arm, not a lot of range, but pretty solid fielding with 99. I mean, how are you going to beat that? Okay, here we go. Bobby Higginson looking to get a run on the board. It's been 18 innings without scoring a run. And there's a gap shot to right center field. How is that not a double? You got this chump out there in center. Only a 30% chance. We have to hold him to a single. We'll hit and run. Runner on first. Hard hit, ground ball to A-Rod, and Higginson will advance. A base hit by Pudge should score the run. 2-2. And get down. Base hit to left field. Higgy will score, and the scoreless streak is at an end. Give Pudge an RBI. 1-0. Diamondbacks. What's it like to play with the lead? It's been a while. Base hit to right field for Eddie Will. Pudge will hold at second. Still only one out. Rob Ryan, huge slump, down to 265. He is batting 291 versus righties. 1-0. Ground ball up the middle. That's a double play. All right. Top of the second. Here's Jay BUHNER batting cleanup today. He's actually their leadoff hitter against right-handers. Swinging at a pitch that's low and in the dirt. Second K for Pettitte. One down, here's IBANEZ, lefty on lefty. That's usually a guaranteed hit. Here it's a ground ball to Spivey. Two down for Russ Davis. You know you're bad defensively if Edgar Martinez can't get the job over Russ Davis in an interleague game. We go to the bottom of the second. Here is Bernard GILKEY leading off. And a base at the right. We have 4 hits. That's one shy of how many hits we've had in the last 2 games. We had 5 hits, if you can't do the math. We got 4 in 1 and plus inning. Ground ball by Batista to first. They get the force at second. 1-0 count to Spivey, popping it up on the infield. And then Pettitte will get his first at-bat of the season. 2-2, and he strikes it. First K for Garcia. Top of the third. Tilson BRITO, you see him there in a Blue Jays uniform. He did get 200 at-bats for the Blue Jays over 2 seasons. Must have got cut, went to Oakland, and now he's on Seattle as an everyday second baseman. I've never heard of him, to be fair. BRITO lining the left. One out, here's Dan Wilson. Wilson! Ground ball to third. And Freddy Garcia with a 1-2 count, striking out, looking. That was his first step out of the season. Bottom of the third, Bobby Higginson scored a run in the first inning. Here's a ground out to second base. BRITO boots it. Oh, I didn't even see that pop up. I was already looking at DURAZO. So an error by BRITO. What is his fielding percentage? I'm kind of curious. Errors. He's made 9. That's not great in 52 games, and yet his range and WAR are both positive, unlike people on our team. Let's hit and run again. Hasn't worked in forever. There you go. That's a base hit to center. Higginson will go to third. I love it when they put poor defenders in center field. First and third, nobody out. Absolutely hitting and running here. 93 contact for Rodriguez, so under most circumstances this should work. Is that a line drive? That's a double play. Oh, no, everybody gets back. Well, let's sack fly from Matty Will. He's got 92 power. That's supposed to be an advantage in this situation. No. Now I actually think we lost the game. Yeah, I think we've lost this game. I know they don't have a hit yet, but if you can get first and third with nobody out and not score, then you're screwed. Yeah, I'm fairly certain we will lose this ball game now. Well, no, right here, Mitch Steinman's leading off. 154 hitter. Popping it up. Looks like Spivey will camp under it. One down. Dave McCarty popping it up on the infield. Come on, Williams. 2 down. Here's A-Rod. Future teammates on the Yankees. Is that right? That's a walk. Actually, I can't remember if they... I don't remember the timeline anymore. So Rodriguez walks. That's the first base runner to reach. And this has 2-run home run written all over it. Nope. A wild pitch and a base hit to tie it. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. Oh, maybe Andy Pettitte's going to stop it with a strikeout. And you can, I mean, it feels different, right? With Pettitte in there. Bottom of the 4th inning. Tony Batista averaged down to 205. The guy had 7 hits in his first 2 games. And he's been completely a bummer since then. Another strikeout, 3rd K for Garcia. And Pettitte 0-2. Let's make that number 4. Oh, no, ground ball to short. Top of the 5th. Diamondbacks holding on to the slimmest of leads. Lefty on lefty violence. Into the left center field gap. Catchable for Ryan. I feel like a home run is going to be the difference in this game. Yep, there it is. Had to happen. 5th home run for Russ. So the no-hitter's over, the shutout's over, and this is a big fat L waiting to happen. Bottom of the 5th. Bobby. I don't know how Higginson, DURAZO, and Pudge are still over 325 each in batting average. They have not done anything in forever. Rodriguez gets a hit. And Matt Williams rounds up. By the way, Freddy Garcia is the number 5 starter on the in the rotation. But he's just pitching like an ace, like every pitcher that we face. I said it in yesterday's ball game that now that we're in the middle 54 games, this is when everything that was positive for you in the first 54 gets reset. So, we no longer are hitting home runs. We're no longer getting extra base hits. We're barely even getting any hits. Pettitte looking good through 6. This makes me feel like we've got something for next year anyway. Rob Ryan over the center fielder's head, but it will be caught, of course. Jeez. Batista now at 200. 7th inning, tied at 1. Only 2 base runners have reached. Tough 3 coming up, though. Heart of the lineup. Oh, Tapper. Back to Pettitte. 1 down. BUHNER striking out. 5 Ks for Andy. And IBANEZ, 2-2 count. He left that one up. Is that going to fall in? No, it's going to be caught by Ryan. Another 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 7th. Full count. Fly ball to center. Freddy Garcia officially tired. Pettitte with only 86 pitches. You bet your ass for keeping him in there. Oh, and he crushed it. Come on. Oh, man. One of the few times you'll ever hear me root for a pitcher hit. And there's a base hit for Bobby. He's 2 for 4 today. We'll pull up the in-game stats. Not a lot to look at. Man, I really want to steal, but we'll let Erubiel swing away. We forced him to hit and run twice today. Oh, that was a good call. 2-run home run, dead center field, 464 feet. It's 3-1 Diamondbacks, and Garcia remains in the ballgame. He's sleepy. And Rodriguez will fly out to the left. Okay, Davis has already gone deep. We're going to assume he's not going to go deep twice. Whoa. Almost got it. To the wall. 328 feet. That's the warning track. 1 down. Here's BRITO. Base hit to right. We really need a double play here with the catcher. 2-2. Okay. Pinch hit. Carlos Guillen, we like him in real life, not so much in this scenario. 95 pitches, first and third. I really don't care about that run. However, we will pull third base in case Guillen pulls it to third. That could either start a double play, which would be nice, or maybe prevent that run from scoring. But I really don't care if it scores. We just got to get the out here. Okay. We lost. I mean, I knew we were going to lose. Now I don't give a fuck. It does not matter. We'll pull Pettitte out. I just thought about pushing the button because I don't care. But you know what? We'll let our closer come in a high leverage situation. Rodriguez versus Rodriguez. Rodriguez hits it to Rodriguez. And we hold on to the lead. Second run scoring on a wild pitch. Thanks, Baseball Mogul. Great programming. Here's Mike Timlin coming in. Having a really good year. Long time Toronto Blue Jay pitcher. Got one shot at closing. Matty Will. Leading off. Here we go. Great. Ryan. And Gilkey. Fantastic. Okay, 9th inning. We got to leave Rodriguez in there. Now we will take out DURAZO for T. Lee. And we will move Bobby. Well, what's his doing left? Okay, his dude's fine. We'll move his dude into left field. What is his range? It's not great. His dude coming in to play left field. All right. Upgrades all around. Will it make a difference? Usually it does not. Jay BUHNER looking to tie it up with one swing. We're going to walk him. Okay, so we've lost. We'll bring in Hammond. He'll steal second base, even though he's a left-hander on the mound. Oh, ground ball to Lee. Upgrade. Nope. And Springer 0-1. Ground ball to short. Buhner will hold. It's down to BRITO. I want to call him Tostada BRITO in a wild pitch. I mean, what can we do? There's nothing we can do. The game does not want us to win. So we just have to accept that. This game blows. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This is a shitty ball game. We do take the win. Can't even really enjoy it, but 3-2 is better than nothing. More importantly, it is time for the draft. Now, when I click the OK button, it's going to say the draft is about to start, and then it's going to draft for 2018. So we're going to look at which teams drafted which players, and then before we make our first pick. So are we ready? Let's do it. Here it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Yeah, wow. There's a lot there. Let's take a look and see. Going to the top. Oakland with the first pick takes Mark Pryor. The Royals, instead of going to the Cardinals, he goes to the Royals, Albert Pujols. Kelly Shopik going to the Cubbies. Matt Holliday to the Twins. Mark Teixeira to the Phils. Bobby Crosby, Rookie of the Year, goes to the Cardinals. Ryan Roberts goes to Cincinnati. CC goes to the Padres. Dan Herron goes to Toronto. Hector Luna goes to Texas. Frederick Cepeda goes to Boston. Victorino to Milwaukee. CJ Wilson to Montreal. Tigers draft Neugebauer. And then Casey Benjamin, full-time minor leaguer, goes to Pittsburgh. Brett Myers to the White Sox. Hank Blaylock to Colorado. Joey Bats to Anaheim. Eric Kratz goes to Houston. Chris Booker goes to the Dodgers. There's Doug Bernier going to the Mets. Lorenzo Buelna goes to the Giants. Dan Uggla to Seattle. Josh Beckett to the Yankees. Brendan Harris to Baltimore. Craig Breslow to Atlanta. Jesse Carlson to Cleveland. And Dallas McPherson to Florida. I don't see a lot of good I feel like all the big names have been taken. I guess we'll find out. Let's take a look at our options. Oh, we do have Nelson Cruz. He's got a lot of power. This is based on our scouting reports, this column right here. Who else? I mean, Nelson Cruz, I think, is super obvious. No, now they have Dice K. That's a possibility. I mean, Joe Blanton doesn't really get me excited. Not going to draft Papelbon, a reliever with the first pick. Yeah, we've got like no other options. Keep scrolling. Scrolling. I mean, we don't have a choice. The only reason that Cruz did not get picked is that he is a DH. And obviously we're in the National League, so that might not actually be the right thing to do, right? We could go with a pitcher, Dice K. A peak of 89. In fact, we might go with Dice K, and no one might draft Nelson Cruz in the second round, and that might be a second round, big plus for us. So I'm thinking we go with Dice K. Roberto Hernandez is actually Fausto Carmona. We've talked about that. And I'm just not ready to go. I'm not going to go Joe Blanton, although he had a fine career. Swishalicious, maybe in the second round if we don't have a choice. Okay, so we are going to go with Dice K. I hope you all agree. I think that's the right move because I believe that Nelson Cruz will actually be there in the second round. So we're going to draft Matsuzaka, and then the Rays will get the final pick, and then we go back. We go to round 2. Here we go. Okay. Whoa, did that actually happen? It didn't really show anything happening, though. Okay, so the Rays took Hector Garanzaway. He is a Mexican League player. And then we'll just do this quickly. Oakland got Schrader, Brennan. These are all nobodies. Cody Ross, a good player from Detroit. Another good player from Detroit, Chris Shelton. Chris Shelton, look it up. He once held the record for the most home runs in the first 10 games of a season. I think it was 8 or something like that. It was weird. And then he got it in his head and couldn't hit anymore. Santiago Garcia to Toronto. Neshek. Oh, Swishalicious goes to Detroit. That's cool. Johnny Gomes goes to Colorado. Noah Lowry goes to the Giants. That's the team he was on. And Fausto Carmona goes to Seattle. Joe Blanton goes to the Yankees. That's a good pick. Thayer, Carlin, Belisle. So, yeah, I was right. That was a good move on my part. Just because he doesn't have an assigned position, basically, I knew he wouldn't be drafted. I'm not going to take a chance that he won't be drafted another time. As much as I don't personally like Nelson Cruz for what he did to Detroit Tigers in the playoffs, I can't deny the fact that he is the best pick in this spot. So we're going to go ahead and take him, and then the draft will continue. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. That's kind of my drum roll. But all right, let's come back here. I'm just going to go down the list quickly. Oh, second round. Hannigan, catcher, went to the Rays. Bullington did go to Oakland. Lindstrom to Chicago. Ryan Madsen to Toronto. And Texas got Papelbon. I might have gone Papelbon in the third round. Reggie Abercrombie to Boston. Mike Rabello went to the Tigers. He was on the Tigers. John Buck to Colorado. Longerhans to Houston. And there we go. Don Kelly to Baltimore. Okay, let's see. Third round pick for us. Let's see. Okay, I like Rajah Davis. Austin Kearns had big power, but not in this game. Rajah Davis has great speed. He just received the Willie Horton Award for African American ball player on Detroit in their history. Denny Bautista, we talked about him. We might be giving away a Denny Bautista Miguel Cabrera rookie card, error card. Rich Hill. I mean, none of these guys are making me all juicy. I think it's down to Kearns or Rajah. And I'm thinking Rajah because we really don't have a center. Let's see. Can he play all three outfield positions? Yes, but below average. That speed is tasty. Okay, let's look at Austin Kearns. It says he's a right fielder. And he's not so good either. And nothing he does is particularly good. He's 18 years old. A peak of 85. Gosh, this is tough. Well, let's look at Jason Repko. Yep, this is more of the same. And we'll look at Lance Nix. More of the same. So these are all average players who don't really have much to give us. All right. Well, Jesse Foppert had a minute. but yeah, not really. Jason Davis. Why does that sound familiar? Toronto? No, Cleveland. Nope, nothing there. Chad Tracy? What about Chad Tracy? No, not really. These are all very average players. What about Rich Hill then? 51 rating. Okay, I think we go with Raja Davis because at least his speed is 97. I guess. All right, we're doing it. Raja. All right. Fourth round coming up. Let's take a look at... Ah, crap. Let's take a look at the draft. Lance Nix went to the Rays. And Kearns went to Oakland. So we were right in the right zone there. Repko went to Texas. Shoemaker goes to Detroit. Sean Tracy. Chad Tracy didn't go. Okay, let's see if we can find a pitcher. I don't even... So Chad Tracy, it would be... I would be interested in the fourth round. Ridgway, O'Connor. Neil Kotz. We can't have two Neils. Neil! My sons! Oh, Niger Morgan. Wow, could we have held out for Tony Plush instead of Raja? They're about the same player. Gustavo Chassin. He was pretty good in real life. Unfortunately, he was on the Rockies in an era where you didn't want to be on the Rockies. I'm looking down the list. Oh, Drew Henson. I could draft a guy from my high school. We might waste one on him. What about John Van Benschoten? So much potential. That would be a waste of a pick. Gosh, there's nobody here. What about Hennessy? Hennessy. No. Gosh, yeah, these are just bad players. What if we clicked on power? The power of Grayskull. Brad Eldred has an 86 power. He's the most powerful player left. And Drew Henson, surprising, with 80. Are we throwing away a pick by getting Brad Eldred? 86 power. Can't really play any position. We already drafted Nelson Cruz to take up a pointless spot. So we'll go back. We're wasting too much time on drafting Schlubbersons. You know what? We're going to go with Chad Tracy. I feel like he could develop into the third baseman that he was, which was pretty damn solid. What about Jung Bong? No. No. Okay, it's going to be Chad Tracy. Get someone to play third. Matt Williams won't be around forever. Let's see. We'll take a look here at anybody else that was drafted. Oh, yeah, D-Rays went with a third baseman as well. Then Niger went right afterwards. Fontenot, there's Bong. Yancy Brazoban went to Pittsburgh. Chassin went to Houston. There's Eldred going to the Giants. I mean, any of those guys would have been good. Okay. I think this is our last pick. So we're... Oh, man. I kind of want to get Henson. Is there one relief pitcher that we could count on? Let's click on peak. Is there a relief pitcher that's got peak power? Jonah Bayless is an 83. Jose Veras is an 83. I kind of think like of these two guys, who's got the best fastball? 89, that's not it. And come on, Jose Veras, 97. Yeah, and a huge ground ball percentage. Look at that. Okay, I think I could justify Veras. Sean Burrows, we just drafted a third baseman, so Sean Burrows is kind of out of the question. Fred Lewis. Okay, we're going to go Jose Veras. I mean, where are you going to pass that up for? Oh, is that it? It was it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So Rainer Leia was the last pick for the D-backs. Now, all the players that did not get drafted go right to free agency. Boom. Wow, Drew Henson is on there. This is what they're asking for. The minor league, the major league minimum in 1998 is $170,000. So right now these guys are asking for, well more than that. Sean Dunston just got cut by Cleveland. He's not very good, but he wants a lot of money. Okay, well, so we'll, as these players sit here doing nothing, their ratings will go down. Or their contracts will go down, and maybe we can get a couple guys on the cheap, especially like maybe a couple relievers, or and I would like to get Drew Henson just for my own sake, I guess. But we're not going to pay premium for him. Okay, guys, that's it. Let's take a look at the let's wrap up the ball game then today. Take a look at the standings. We did get the win for what it's worth. The Mets have won 9 in a row. Florida has lost 9 in a row, going to third place now. Philadelphia's lost 6 in a row. Take a look at the American League. Can't remember if I said it, but Seattle does have the most home runs in the American League. They had the home run today against us from Russ Davis. Take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Oh, Jim Tomei broke his back. He must have stepped on a crack. Oh, that sucks. Well, let's take a look at transactions. You're going to get all the draft picks in there, too. So let's sort this properly. Come on. Okay. So we did all that. He got his back broken after the first round of the draft. He's going to miss the rest of the year. That's a bummer for the World Series runner-ups. He's having a good year. He is toast. Mark Gardner of the Giants is going to miss maybe a start. Scroll up just a little bit more here. Yeah, we saw that trade yesterday, the milestone, and all those things. Okay, so that was everything with all the draft. All right, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I hope that was fun for you. I hope you understood my logic on those draft picks. I think we did all right. When we come back tomorrow for Game 2, player of the game is Andy Pettitte, by the way. When we come back tomorrow for Game 2, we'll take a look at our minor league system and see where those draftees fit in into our single-A teams. Andy Pettitte gets his first win of the year, first win as a Diamondback. He's 1-0 technically. Russ Springer did everything he could to throw it away. Gets his second save. Freddy Garcia pitched pretty well. Takes the loss. He's 4-3. Russ Davis with a dong. DURAZO donged. Bobby Higginson. Another error from Bobby Higginson. I don't actually remember that even happening. I think that must have been in my pissed off moment. All right, we're going to come back tomorrow and play another game. Until then, everyone, have a great day.